Nagaland Football Association Baji Nagaland Olympic Association Conference Hall Day Annual General Body Meeting Lucia. Meeting Day Special Guest Advisor to Chief Minister Aro Aidan Chairman Abu Mehta Thagishe. Kotakura Homai Abu Mehta Bra NFA Khange Nagaland Olympic Association Laga Active Aro Best Performing Association Hagane congratulate Kurushe. Abu Bra Janashigi NFA Laga members Khando NOA Laga strong pillar ase aro itia homoi laga office bearers Khange thanks Janaigina Purana senior members Khange bi yat Kurushe. Football itias laga objectives aro aims reiterate kurigina Abu Bra Kushiki football do Pradesh aro dunya laga ekta janamana sports ase. Abu Bra Kushiki football do khali hobby aro recreational purpose ekla karne noigina professional level de loi jabole lage. Youth Resource and Sports Director Keto Sityo Sekho Sebra Janashiki Pradesh de 15 prefabricated multidisciplinary stadiums aro futsal grounds kan ahiase. Meeting laga details saisawo.
I thank God for blessing us this wonderful day, this wonderful time where we could gather together as a family and talk on regarding certain agendas regarding upliftment of football and way ahead for football in our state. This annual general body meeting is a meet where we look back on achievements that we as a family could achieve for football. So on this particular day, I am very thankful to all the persons that are present here. In spite of short notice, in spite of your other schedules, you could make it to this general body meeting. I'm really thankful and I welcome you one and all. My special thanks to our special guest, Shri Abu Mehta, who in spite of his busy schedule, volunteered to be a part of this general body. Thank you, sir, for having presence here. We are very much honored and we are of great opinion and we are hoping that through your words of inspiration, we will be blessed and sports as a family will move in the right direction, and with the support of all the FAs here, our football will develop in our state. So once again, I welcome you all to this annual general meeting. On behalf of the Nagaland Football Association, have a good time.
As we all know, the NFA aim is to provide a platform where major talent promote players and promote the game within the state, and also to create a viable career for the youth in the state. Our aim is to provide proper infrastructure, better facility, and expose our young talent to the national level. Here, we'd like to say thank you to the NOA and Sports Department in giving all the logistic or even the physical, financial help where we could able to achieve these goals. You all know Nagaland is the household name for the football in the state, and our vision is by 2028 we would like to our state ranking to be in 12 in the national, with a vision of IFA Vision 2047.
Under the dynamic leadership of our Honorable Chief Minister Srini Purio, I think a lot of things have been done, especially in sports. I've been in this department for about 1.5 years now, but in that 1.5 years itself, I've seen a lot of development taking place. We have almost 15 prefabricated multidisciplinary stadiums coming up in the state. We have futsal grounds coming up in the state. We have just witnessed in the last Dr. T. Ao, the stadium that came up in Twing Sam, where Twing Sam team won the Dr. T. Ao trophy. This goes on to show what is happening, and perhaps our associations, particularly the district associations, will have to take advantage of what the government is providing, particularly in terms of infrastructure. As association, I think it is very important to develop that professionalism, and also I feel that for any sports to progress, for any sports to be a source of not only recreation but even a source of income, I think we have to bring in professionalism into that sports. And it is the associations where this professionalism has to creep in. With the active initiation and guidance of our Honorable Chief Minister and his advisor, Sri Mehta, I think this NSL is something that is also very important, and it is a very timely thing that the state government has initiated along with the NFA. And if we can take advantage of this, I'm sure football in the state is going to grow to the stage where once it was. That was in 1940s when Dr. T. Ao was the captain of the Indian Olympic team. And I think that is what we have to aim for. We have produced one Olympian, the football community. We hope that even the next Olympian will come from the football community. And that is something not impossible if we put our efforts together. As far as the department is concerned, the department goes according to the guidance given by the government. And as per the guidance of the government, we will support those sports where there is opportunity for our people. And I think football, our state being a football crazy state as mentioned by the president, I think football is one where we also try to concentrate. We would also like to promote women football, and therefore the first women football league was also organized. Not only that, even the futsal league also was organized. And I think we have scope in that. And I would like to urge the district associations to come up with women football teams to ensure that whenever a state league is organized for women football or a state championship is organized, you participate. As of now, we have to do with open league only because most districts could not fill their teams. But in the days to come, perhaps starting from next year, we would like to see more of women in this beautiful sports called football. Well, we are here to support, we are here to do the biddings of the associations as far as promotion of the game is concerned. And in anything that we can be of assistance, we are ready, as long as our budgetary support allows us. And we shall, together, as our Olympic motto says, together we shall grow stronger, and together we can achieve what we have been aiming for. Thank you so much for the opportunity. God bless you.
The Honorable Chief Minister of Nagaland, Mr. Nipuryo, who is also the President of the Nagaland Olympic Association. I bring greetings from the Olympic fraternity and all the affiliated sports associations under the NOA to members of the Nagaland Football Association. At the very outset, I must congratulate the Nagaland Football Association for the report which the President has just presented. I must place on record the fact that Nagaland Football Association is one of the most active, best performing associations under the NOA. They're not only a good, positive performing association, but the NFA, each and every member of the NFA is a strong pillar of the Nagaland Olympic Association. The Nagaland Olympic Association succeeds because of the contributions and the participations of the member associations. And here we are grateful to the NFA for always coming forward and supporting and collaborating with us, and for working closely with the NOA in all our events and our projects. So we want to thank you. We want to congratulate the present set of office bearers and also those past senior members
who have made significant contributions. Football is the most popular sport in Ireland. It's the most popular sport around the world. Everywhere it's called as the beautiful game. One of the simplest physical and sporting activities on earth. Easy to play, easy to understand, and everybody, irrespective of background, gender, class, caste, any background, can play football anywhere. You don't need a full-size Olympic stadium to play football. You can play football in a small bedroom. You can play football on the streets. You can play football in a ketty. You can play football in a muddy field. You can play football anywhere. Everybody understands the game. It's a human activity that unites people. It brings people together. Also, football, as I said, is the most popular sport on earth. By way of people playing it, participating, and viewing and watching it. The FIFA World Cup brings together more countries, more nations than any other event on earth. From the day the qualifications start till the final match is played, the FIFA World Cup brings entire human race under one banner. More countries than the Olympic Games, more countries than even the United Nations. Every corner of the globe, in the middle of oceans, in icy peaks, football is played. And how fortunate we are that in this far corner of the world, we too are not only followers of the game, but administrators and guardians of the sport. Millions and millions of people play this game. Millions of young children, girls and boys, realize their dreams and aspirations through football. Football brings so much joy to all of us. People plan 4 years how to watch a World Cup. In the stadiums, at homes, families, friends, groups, clubs, make plans, World Cup kiringa sawo. The beautiful game coined in Brazil. And so many different styles of football. We have to also, as administrators and leaders of the sport, understand the various dynamics and the layers that this sport has. If you study the history of football, starting from the first World Cup, you can see the emergence of so many styles. The Brazilians popularized a style which we all know called samba football, the samba style of football. Dribbling, passing, fluidity, ball retention. It was a beautiful game that they played. Till today, Brazil is associated with the samba style of football. If you go back to 1958, when Pelé first emerged in the global sport, as a 17-year-old, he scored in the final, becoming an iconic figure and globalizing the sport. Till today, he's considered as one of the greatest sports persons, having won 3 World Cups. In 1962 is a World Cup which many people don't remember. When we talk about World Cup history, not many people talk about 1962. Because what happened was, Pelé was injured. He didn't play. I don't know how many of you know where 62 World Cup was played. It was played in Chile. Even I tend to forget. 66, the people who invented the game won it for the first time. Hosted in England, 1966, England won. They were managed by a team. The team was managed by a manager called Alf Ramsey. England is known for having its own style of play. They use long balls, They use the wings, left and out, and they use long passes to cover a ground area. We also have to understand why different countries have different styles of football. You know, football also reflects the national character of a people. In England, the first people to have an English league, they played long balls. They used the wings. A lot of geometry involved. But long balls mainly why? Because England is a wet state. It's always raining. And when the ground is wet, it's difficult to control the ball. So they tend to play long balls. And also, they had big physique players who could push forward and take advantage of height. Dominating the air, they thought they would be able to control the ground. But in 1966, after so many years, more than 30 years, of the inventors not winning this World Cup, they won it by playing a style that was not known to them. They stayed away from long balls, they used short balls, and Alf Ramsey created a very defensive, strong team with the Charlton brothers and managed to win it under very controversial circumstances, if you remember, in the final at Wembley, when that famous controversial goal by Jeff Hurst, which hit the bar, crossed the line by inches and a goal was given. For the first time, England won the World Cup. Ever since, they haven't won it again. 1970 is considered one of the greatest teams that football produced, the Brazilian team. Pelé again, Ravelino, Garincha. These were some of the players that played fluid football, made football look so beautiful and toyed with everybody. In 74, a new style emerged with the emergence of the Dutch, Netherlands. They played total football. Total football emerged from Ajax Amsterdam, where Johan Cruyff played. Spain has been having one of the best leagues in the world for decades, the La Liga, but they never won the World Cup. But it's only a new style of play that they developed, tiki-taka football. Pass, possess. Pass, possess. Don't give up possession. With tiki-taka style, they won everything. They won the World Cup, they won the Ribbon Championship, they won the World Cup Championship, they won the World Intercontinental. So, a country's character also is formed through its football. The character is reflected. If you see the Germans, it's efficiency. Italians, defense. The liberal, the sweep were created by the Italians. The Italians said defense is the best form of offense. You win matches by not conceding goals. Until today, Italy is considered as the strongest defending team in the world. And they have produced some of the greatest defenders in world football. Football continues to emerge, re-emerge. If you see club football nowadays, Liverpool, under Jurgen Klopp, their style of football is only to press. Pressure. They don't play long balls, they play a combination of everything. City, under Pep, similar style, but more of a possessive football, holding back and counter-attacks. Alex Ferguson combined everything. Alex Ferguson brought back long balls and using the wings. Ryan Giggs out in the left, and using Ryan Giggs, and then, in defense, Peter Schmeichel held the fort. Why I'm saying this is I'm now coming to the Nagaland story. We've not had a league, we've not had a football culture for quite some time. We keep talking about Dr. Tiao. Sport la football la Tiao. 1948, India's first captain. But since then, we haven't produced anybody of that caliber. That's the unfortunate part. But we can't dwell on the past and regret. We've got to move ahead. Today, with the support of our Chief Minister, the Nagaland Football Association, and the Nagaland Olympic Association, we've now strategically planned a league so that we don't play football only at the amateur level, only as a hobby or a recreation, but we take it to the professional level. We make it into an industry. We create an ecosystem that strengthens the foundation of sport. We create a club culture. And we create opportunities for footballers, for youth. Because as I said, being the most popular sport, football has to succeed in Nagaland if sport is to rise in Nagaland. Football has to create a club culture so that we can build an ecosystem for sport. A sporting Nagaland, I feel, will start with football. Today, India is a rising power in sport. Earlier, if you see Olympic Games, Asian Games, medal napai, zero da hai. Kodo rokom kabaddi da ekta medal logina hai. Today, India is winning more and more medals everywhere. If you follow the media, every week Prime Minister is congratulating somebody winning an international medal in some corner in some discipline. India is rising as a superpower in sport and will continue to do so. Prime Minister Modi has announced that in 2036, India will bid to host the Olympic Games. And the Olympic fraternity of the country is confident that we will do it. Only last week we had the Union Minister for Sports here at the Hornbill Festival, and we were discussing the strategic approach of sport in India, and we are confident that we will get 2036 to India. By then, India will emerge as a superpower. There is a strategic plan in place by the Government of India and Indian Olympic Association that by 2036, India will be amongst the top 10 sporting countries on the planet, and we will get there. After the emergence of the Indian Premier League, the IPL and cricket, we now have super leagues and professional leagues in so many sports. Even Kho-Kho has a professional league with live television and live telecasts every evening. This will emerge when we have a regular, consistent Nagaland league. It will create opportunities. So many people will get the opportunity not only to play but to earn. Once NSL starts, a few hundred jobs are going to get created. Down the line, a few thousand. Not only on the field, but off the field. Be it coaches, managers, physiotherapists, nutritionists, strength and conditioning. All these, camera people, media people, food, entrepreneurship, merchandise, everything. But for us to succeed, the administrators of the game have to understand that football is not just a game. Sport is not just a recreation. Today's sport is a science. You have to approach it in a scientific manner for you to succeed. Science in every vertical. From strength and conditioning, biomechanics, physical development, bone structure, everything is considered. Sports academies in Europe, which I went to, get kids to come and play 10, 12 disciplines, below 12 years. They take DNA tests of the players, blood tests, DNA tests of their parents, so that they know that by the time this kid reaches 18 years, what will be his height. Because you don't want somebody who's not going to be 6-footer playing volleyball, but you don't know when he's going to be 6-footer 8 years down the line. But they know it using science and technology. We need to do that. Nagaland also has to focus which are our strengths, because we are not a rich, developed state. We have to know in which sport we'll do well. I mean, definitely we are not going to be winning Olympic medals in basketball and volleyball now, but we're going to be doing well in combat sports, where there's a weight category. We find our own weight, we find our own age, we find our own size. So we have to know where we can focus on. Football is a sport you can't neglect. From the Nagaland Olympic Association perspective, we manage 20-30 sports disciplines. We spend funds coaching different teams. A certain amount of money we spend in athletics, we know that the investment is a target of 40 medals. 10-20 জন के training दिए, coaching दिए, हमें target to medal बेशी पावले ना सर. Similarly, boxing day, taekwondo day, archery day. Football coaching करे 30 জন, 30 मानो के पाले, coach 8 জন থাকে. किमान बेशी बाल खेलने भी, आहे medal एकता. ना. So, for the administrators at the highest level, they are also studying how much resources is being spent for which game. And should we better invest in a team sport or in a sport where we can get multiple medals? These are strategies which the department, the government considers. Football cannot be compared to that because it's a popular game, it's a mass game, and we need football to succeed. So, these are some things I wanted to share with you, and we have to have a strategic roadmap. How do we design ourselves for the future? How do we compete with the rest? And I feel that once NSL takes off, and the initiatives and the strategy and the roadmap that the NFA has, I think we are at a very interesting time. These are exciting times for us, and we have the opportunity with us, each of us, because we are leaders of the game, to change the narrative from today onwards. And I feel that you have set yourself a target that in another, few years we are in the top 12 of the national football scene. I think we should easily, and we will manage to be in the top 5 once this NSL takes off. Because so many of our players are already playing for others. They have the opportunity or going to other sports. But once we create a platform here, I think we are really good in football. Our players are very talented. Bosti la sports meet, khel la sports meet, the quality of football is very good. Today, with more infrastructure being developed, every district will have AstroTurf, every district will have futsal, all these facilities being developed. In the next 10 years, I think we will emerge as a superpower in football. So, I think football, we are at an exciting time. We are in the heart of India's football capital, that is the Northeast. Earlier, when you talk about football in India, it was West Bengal, Kerala, Goa. These were the 3 centers of football. Bengal, because of the Maidan, East Bengal, with Mohammedan Sporting, Aryans, Mohan Bagan. But today, Bengal football is not what it was like before. Still one of the headquarters. So football in India was seen as Goa, Bengal, and Kerala. Today, Northeast has emerged. And in the next 10, 20 years, the Northeast will be an epicenter of Indian football, and Nagaland must be in the lead of that. The decisions we take today will determine the destiny of tomorrow. So I want to once again congratulate the Football Association under the leadership of Benye and our president, Mr. Nibu Segose. I want to congratulate you also for your contributions to Indian football. India is a country of 1.5 billion people. The most populated nation on earth. একটা ন্যাশনাল ফেডারেশনে 12 জন 15 জনে থাকে পার্লামেন্টে ইলেকশনে 500 জন আছে for our president to be executive member in the All India Football Federation to bhari kotha ase from this far corner of this country. That's why all of us must strengthen his hands so that he goes higher in the football federation, because tayo Aji Parisi bole, next generation to inspire our footsteps to follow. So let us all unite as one family, one strong force, create opportunities for our youth, and work collectively so that Nagaland shines brighter and our youth rise higher. Thank you very much. God bless Kopnali.